but he never took his eyes off of the shooter. That's interesting because in the report that we just read, he didn't see the shooter actually shoot himself. This is from KGW.com.
KGW.com. Okay.
Clackamas mall shooter faced man with concealed weapon. Melly said he was especially not worried about a shooting when he went to the mall with his gun. So he was off duty. He was just there. It looks like maybe, I don't know. When he went to the mall with his gun, but just took what he always did: keys, phone, wallet, gun. You never know what will happen. He declined to comment further. Fearful shoppers hid in stores. Yeah, we know. Everybody was scared. I thought I was going to die. The gunshots were so loud it was scary. Kids were crying. People were crying too. It's just like, man, I mean, what? Melly, who has a concealed carry. Oh, a concealed carry. He's got a concealed carry permit. Positioned himself behind a pillar. He was working on his rifle. He kept pulling the charging handle and hitting the side. The break-in gunfire allowed Melly to pull out his own gun, but he never took his eyes off of the shooter. As I was going down to pull, I saw someone in the back of the Charlotte, and I knew if I fired to miss, I could hit them. Melly took cover inside a nearby store. He never pulled the...
All he had to do was come up while he was beating on the weapon. He could have closed in to finish the shot.
Melly heard only one more shot and suspects it was the one Roberts used to kill himself.
This one in Oregon is a mystery at this point to me.
In the same article, it says he never took his eyes off of him, but he didn't see the shooter because he ran for cover. So he did take his eyes off him.
Well, our nation is getting to this point of unable to remove themselves from Facebook or from
well, yeah, when it's right here, hello, I just turn this on, I can be anywhere.
Moving on. Life is more than a TV and an entertainment and keeping yourself happy. One of the most important things that I think, and the reason I'm doing this, is to serve others. He knows how uncomfortable and how long it took me to really get there to do this.
Yeah, I do.
And I resisted it, and I just said, I don't think so. And I think it was the Father in heaven that wanted me to do this for some reason that I still don't think I'm too clear on.
And did you see him? Did you see him shoot himself or not?
We
need to know.
And you were worried about bystanders, which I sympathize with that.
If you're worried about bystanders, why would you go for cover, run for cover?
Well, maybe there's a reason that
I just don't.
The thing is, he may have been.
There's something wrong here.
He realized that it might have been over. Maybe he did realize the guy was done.
That makes no sense at all.
And,
that makes absolutely no sense. You do not see people shooting rounds and then you have a clear shot and you don't do anything and you run into a store for a cover. Why? How is that going to help?
He said the shooter saw him. I don't know all the facts, so I'm not making much comment one way or the other.
Well, maybe I'm making too much because I don't know anything. All I know is what I'm reading
now. That's our understanding right now.
What I'm reading, based on what you're saying, on your comments, it just seems that there's something wrong here.
Really, we have to understand one of the most important, I think, things that our viewers need to be worried about is the fact that what
we're not
is it? I mean, concern is to be proactive, is to actually be concerned at how you would have to deal with this situation if you had a shooter that's within range of you. If you had a slingshot, you could take him out. There are slingshots in stores that they sell at Big Five and everything. get a slingshot and you hit them in the head somewhere, hit them in the back, it knocks them out. And they don't know where it came from except they turn around and see where you are. Slingshots can take a person out. Don't need a gun. A good throw of a soft or hard ball or a hard object, glass. In a mall, you have plenty of that stuff around. And he doesn't have to see you. And if you're above him, boom. It's, it's defense. Women, you can do it. Men, you can do it. Children, you can do it. And in some of these places, they have big fives and things like that have guns in them.
What do you mean?
That sell, big fives sell shotguns and things like that. Those.
How could they do that? That's illegal.
If they pump out and pull out and go after somebody, no. That's defending life. And if you don't do that, that's illegal. If you don't help somebody in need, like these people, and you're next door and you have a gun and you don't go help them, that is wrong. Because if you don't help somebody who's being shot at, women, children, in a mall or anywhere, and you don't help, and that's the assistance clause in the law. If you fail to render aid to somebody who is in distress, serious distress, they forget to tell you that that's against the law. You can be charged.
Yeah. I'm not beating myself up because I didn't shoot him. I know after he saw me, I think the last shot he fired was the one he used on himself. There's something wrong here. There's really something wrong here.
Why do you say that?
I don't believe it. I don't know.
Well, that sounds strange that somebody had a weapon and could have taken him down and didn't advance.
And then went for cover? No, I don't know.
And he was trained, I understand from earlier talk with you, that he was trained and certified.
That's what he does. That's the whole thing. They don't trust you and me with
No. It's not that they don't trust us with guns.
They don't want.
It's the fact that the reason is that we can stop stuff like that if we have the guns.
Right, and that's
why they don't want
that. Because
exactly.
they don't want people to realize that if you do have guns, you can actually do something.
And he may have been altered in some way in life that we don't know.
We don't know. We really don't know. We're just speculating on a lot of things.
Really,
it sounds like they're speculating a lot.
You know, if you get around electromagnetic force, EMF, that affects the way you think. And if it's strong enough, it pulls blood to certain regions on your head. And it can do things that, if you wouldn't normally do. If you were to get somebody that had an electromagnetic stun type gun that can pinpoint electromagnetic force, you could make people act certain ways just by click and just discreetly shooting that at somebody's head. And if you knew what you were doing, you could do certain points like pressure points and create a certain reaction. It's doable. It's been done. And combine it with other factors of stress, work, heat, conflict, crowds, whatever, can elicit a response that can be predictable. And you mix that with whatever they eat, types of things that they do, and profile them, and they will classify people, I think, and determine their brain capacity, their limits of stress limits, and they can base that on electromagnetic signature of a person. They can get an electromagnetic scoping of you and your brain.
Me? I didn't do anything.
Of anybody.
I haven't done anything. I doesn't work out because I haven't done anything.
But they can scope you and get an idea of what you're.
But that's okay because I'm not a criminal.
Right.
Since I'm not a criminal, they can do whatever they want.
Right.
But if I was a criminal, then I would have to stand up for my rights.
Yeah. And a point that might be true. It could be true.
It better not be true.
Now, if you're a criminal, you get your rights. but you pay for the law.
If that's true, we're in trouble.